Hello guys, welcome back to another session on Excel macros. So as part of Excel macros series, we have already covered few concepts. So today we are going to cover very important and real-time concept, that is opening Excel files using Excel macro. So in real-time scenarios, we need to open the multiple Excel files and we need to validate those inputs, and we have to generate a output file, either single output file or multiple output file. So by using Excel macro file, we need to handle multiple Excel files or different applications. So today we are going to focus on how to open an input Excel file by using Excel macro. So later, once we cover this topic, topic number 10, we are going to practice the real-time scenario, like opening two input files and performing some different operations using loops and conditions, and we are going to generate a output. So in the next session, we are going to cover 11th topic. So today we are going to focus on how to open an Excel file by using Excel macros. So let's get started. So before moving to the implementation, please subscribe and don't forget to click on bell icon. That's why you'll be notified when I upload a new series or videos on Excel macros. Please share it with your friends who are ready to learn Excel macros, and please practice from your end and let me know if you face any issues or errors while developing or executing the code. I'll try to get back to you, or I'll share the required inputs or videos, or I'll try to make another video if required. Okay, so let's get started. So let me open an Excel file. So we have already covered how to enable the developer tab. So quickly I will show it to you again. So to enable a developer tab, so let's suppose if you don't have this developer menu item in your Excel file, so what you need to do, you have to go to file and options, and there you need to select custom ribbon. So in Excel options pop-up window, you can see different options over here. So you need to choose custom ribbon. So once you select the custom ribbon, you have in the right hand side, you can see different menu items are available, like home. These are all the available menu items in our Excel file. You want to disable few menu items, yes, you can uncheck those menu items, or if you want to enable developer tab, you can enable developer tab, and we can finally click on OK. This is how we are going to enable developer tab. Once you enable the developer tab, you have to go to developer tab and you need to click on Visual Basic Editor. So we have already covered all these topics in the earlier sessions. So please practice and let me know if you have any queries. Okay. So we have already covered how to insert a module and all. So here we have a module one. So today our agenda is to uh, so we are trying to open input file from different location. Okay, so from different location, and that is one thing. And so we can open Excel file in two different ways. One is we can pass the path, pass the path directly in Excel macro, and second way is we can pass the path dynamically. So as per my knowledge, we are not supposed to hard code any value in a real time scenario. We are not supposed to hard code any value directly into the code actually. So we should pass everything dynamically. We are going to learn both the concepts anyway, no worry. Okay, so let's get started. So this is very, very, very important topic in real time. So every time, whenever if you want to perform some Excel validations, you need to open an input file from different location. Okay, so you need to validate that file, input file, based on the process or project requirement. So based on the requirement, you need to perform all the required steps, and you are going to perform unit testing, and finally you are going to generate a final output validation results. So this is this is the steps we need to follow. So let's get started. So we need to create a sub project, and then in between sub and end sub, we are going to write our own custom code. So to open an Excel file, what we need to do, we need to write a code functionality work books dot open. So that means you are going to open a workbook file, and here you can see the IntelliSense. So file name. So file name is equal to, in the double quotations, we are going to pass the file name. So let me open folder. So desktop, I have so many files. Let me go to MPA folder, and here I have something called core console concatenate. Okay, so I'll open that for, I'll copy this location, core concatenate. I'm going to copy entire path, and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, so let me try to run this code. So in order to run this code, we need to click on run symbol. So here you can see, here we have only one Excel file is open, that is Microsoft Excel macro, and that our window title name is, if you can see it over here. Okay, so this is Microsoft Visual Basic for application, and this is Microsoft Excel macro file function. So only we have two windows available. Let's suppose if I try to execute this code, then core underscore concat xlsx file will also open. Let me try to open this file. So here you can see, so core concatenate excel file is open. Here you can see core concatenate xlsx. So here I want to perform some validations, and then you can perform those validations. Let's suppose if you want to close this Excel file, or else how to activate this Excel file and all, we'll see it now. So what I am trying to do, I'm go to this file, and here, so this is the main syntax to open an Excel file. So instead of that, we can also open Excel file dynamically. How we are going to open Excel file dynamically, I will show it to you now. So let me go to here. This is our Excel macro file. So what I will do, I'll just, in real time scenario, we need to pass the Excel file in this only. So this is the best practice to open an Excel file. So input file path. So here you got, why? Because let's suppose today, if you pass the file path from this location, okay, so tomorrow the file path or file extension or file name might be changed, right? So because of that reason, you are not supposed to pass any values, hard coded value. So here you will update the value from here, and you are going to extract the value from here dynamically in a real-time scenarios. So let's get started. So here what I will do, so we have already covered how to declare a variable. So similar way, what I will do, I will declare dim v path. I have created a variable. Now I will assign the value to this variable dynamically. Range of, that is b1 cell. So every time we are going to update the value in b1 cell only. b1 dot value. So here just I will pass the v path variable over here. V path. That's all. So here nothing is hard coded. So let's try to run this code now. Let me click on run button. Here you can see the another file is open. Okay, so let's suppose how to close this file. So in real time scenarios, we may need to open different Excel files, Excel input files, and we need to close the specific input file. So let's suppose in real time scenarios, let me open Notepad, and you have input file 1. Okay, input file 2, input file 3. So you will be having n number of files. So it is as a human, you can just by the name or data, you can identify what kind of input file it is, whether it is one input file 1 or 2 or 3. But it is very difficult to understand VBA application. So because of that reason, we need to provide some specific name or alias name or session for this. So let's suppose input file 1 as inp1, so inp2, inp3, something like that. So whenever if you call inp1 or inp2 or inp3, then it will automatically consider that file as input file 1 and input file 2 and input file 3. Let's do one thing. So let me create an object. So here we need to create object for that. Dim input file 1 as workbook. So each and every Excel file we called it as workbook in programming terminology. In programming terminology we called it as workbook. So we mentioned input file 1 as a workbook. So whenever if you open that file, we are going to provide this input file name to this file. How we are going to set? Using set input file 1 is equal to active workbook. Okay, so this is how we are going to assign. So let's suppose if you want to open our Excel real macro file. So this is our macro file. So there we have input and all, right? So how, let's suppose if you want to switch in between these two Excel input files. So for that, what we need to do, so as discussed, so we have to provide name for our Excel macro file also. So for that, what I'll create one more object, macro file as workbook. So I have created one more name for our Excel macro workbook. These two are workbook objects, and this is path variable. So how we are going to set this set as workbook? Similar way, on the initial stage we need to set as, sorry, Control Z. Let me copy this one. Control C, Control V, and here we need to assign this one to here. Okay, this is how we are going to name it. So here what we did, we have implemented we have declared vpath variable, and we have provided alias name or macro file naming conventions to call the specific file or to activate the specific file by using Excel macro functionality. So close this input file now. So here what I will do, so I will copy specific data from input file to Excel macro file. Let's see how it is possible, how we can switch to different Excel applications. So guys, this is very important concept in Excel macros. In real-time scenarios, we should use this concept to update the input files or switch the input files or open the input files. So here what I will do, so let's suppose I want to activate macro file. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this name and I'll use activate give me a second. Control V dot activate. Sorry, C is missing. Sorry, my mistake. Activate. Okay, so then it will activate our macro functionality code, macro file. And let's suppose if you want to activate input file, so it will come to the foreground dot, okay, activate. Okay, let's suppose if you want to activate the macro file again, you can use this functionality. So now just we'll try. This is how we are going to switch two different input files in a Excel macro code. So let me try to debug this code step by step, then you will get a clear understanding. So here we are trying to read the data from here. So let's see. So if you see the V path, we have the path of the input file. So here by using that path, we are going to open that Excel file. Let me press functional F8 to debug. So here you can see that input file is open. So here we have two different Excel files. One is our macro file and second one is input file. So let me press functional F8. So if you execute macro file that activate, if background, you can see our Excel macro file is activated. Let's suppose if I press F8 to activate the input file, the input file will be activated. See, the input file is activated. So this is how we can switch in between two different input files. So now what I'll do, so I'll show you manually. So what I'll do, I'll just open this Excel file and I'll copy this data. So from this data, and I'll just paste it into our macro file. So I'll just copy this Apple data from A9 cell and I'll paste it into our Excel macro file. Let's see. So to do that, what we need to do, we need to go to code, and whenever if you open the active file, and we need to copy. So let me declare a variable dim value. Value is equal to range of A9 dot value. So whatever the value we have in the A9 cell, we are going to copy that value, and we are, we are assigning that value to a value variable. And once you activate our macro file, what we will do, we'll just paste it into the A2 cell, the Apple value. So let me go to code and range of A2 dot value is equal to val. So that value we are going to assign it to the A2 cell. Okay. Now what we'll do, we will try to execute this code step by step. Then you will get a clear understanding. This is very, very important concept. Please practice. It looks very simple, but it is very difficult. While first time or second time, it is very difficult. Once you practice this thing, it is very easy to, you can, you know, play around different Excel macro input output files, and it will be very easy to build a complex critical solutions in a Excel macro. Okay, so let me try to debug this code by using functional F8. So here we are trying to open input file. So if you see in the foreground, we can see the input file is opened. So that is cars data. So what I want to do, I want to copy this Apple data from in input file. Next step, we are going to activate our macro file. Let's see what. So we are going to activate. This is our macro file. So from input file, I want to copy the Apple data. I want to paste it into A2 cell. Let's see. So now I this code is going to activate input file. Yes, activated. Now we are going to retrieve. So if you see, the value is empty now. Here, if you see the, if you scroll down, the value is empty now, but I want to read the A9 value. So let me press functional F8. Now in the value, you can see Apple. Value is Apple. Now I want to activate the macro file. Press F8, and here I want to paste that value. So that's it. So this is how we can switch different Excel applications and we can perform different actions. So in real-time processes, we need to open multiple input files and we have to perform, and we need to loop each and every row, and we need to validate the data, and we need to set some status. So we have already covered topics like how to use the range functionality, how to formatting the cells, how to use loops, variables, data types, conditions, and how to find the dynamic row count. So by using all these topics and opening multiple files, we can handle multiple Excel macros. As of now, we have covered 30% of the course content. So if you are able to practice all these scenarios, it is really helpful, and you can start our Excel macro real-time processes. So we have covered most of the important topics, and we next video we are going to practice one real-time Excel macro functionality. We can automate Excel, not only the Excel file, we can also automate web automation. We can also automate files and folders. What is web automation and files and folders? Let's suppose if you want to log in any one of the web application, or if you want to download the banking no statements, or if you want to log into bank website, or if you want to capture the currency rates from the different current countries, or if you want to download the files, or if you want to book tickets, flights, or if you want to get some information from the different applications, all these things you can automate using Excel macros, though no manual intervention is required. Okay, so even files and folders, you can create a folder, you can delete a folder, you can rename a folder, and you can copy files, folders, you can delete files, you can rename files, everything you can do automatically using Excel macro. Even we can log each and every statement, and we can capture the screenshots, and we can implement the error handling mechanism. Everything we can implement by using Excel macros. So but in real time scenarios, and organizations are using RPA tools. RPA tools like Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Groupism, and different Microsoft Power Platforms, they are using different RPA tools. Even we can achieve all these things by using RPA tools also. There you no need to write single line of code. There you can just drag and drop. Even in our channel we have implemented series. So please subscribe, and don't forget to click on bell icon. Then you will notify every concepts from when I upload a new series or real-time concepts and RP scenarios. Here you can see the playlist. So here not only we are uploading Excel macros concepts. So along with Excel macro concepts, we are uploading series of RPA videos, your path videos, Microsoft Power Platform videos, everything. We are going to upload all the series in a playlist. Please subscribe, and don't forget to click on bell icon. And whatever the technology or tool you want to learn, you can learn, like Python, Microsoft Power Platforms, RPA tools, Excel macros. I'm going to upload each and every tool or technology concepts from scratch. Okay, so please subscribe and share it to your colleagues or friends who are interested to learn all these things. And next scenario, we are going to learn real-time concepts of Excel macros. Compared to RPA tools, the licensing cost is very low for Excel macros. This is added advantage for a developer. So if you are familiar with Excel macro coding, that is added advantage. As a RPA developer, this is a very important thing to learn Excel macros. Hope you like this video, guys. Please subscribe, and don't forget to click on bell icon. Thank you.